I think we should learn how to buy assets that produce profit. What do you think? I think it's game time, baby. So we're going to get into it right now. We're going to learn how to buy assets that produce profit so that we can get financially free without waiting until we're old. You ready to do it? I'm ready to do it. Let's do it to it, Larry. So the name of the game is for us to buy assets that produce profit. We've been doing this quite some time, but we're going to walk through it together right now. If you want to learn how to get financially free in 7 years or less, you don't do traditional retirement planning. You can still do that. You can do that too. You can do it also. But the path is we have to get passive income. When the passive income is greater than our expenses, we are financially free. One of the ways to go about that is to build a big retirement account. So, and then there's all kinds of philosophy that fall under this, the 401k, IRA, Roth IRA, all this stuff, right? The name of the game that they teach you is that you build something like a retirement account, like you see on your screen, and then that retirement account is going to produce passive income, right? That's the game. That's what they teach you. The problem is this takes so much time. It's going to cost you your entire life. Every retirement plan, just as a refresher, every retirement plan has three variables. Number one is how much money do you put into the thing? Number one, let's try this. Number one. There we go. We're just going to, number one is how much money do you put into the thing? So that's you taking your money every paycheck, every pay period, and you're saving and stashing cash. You take that and you multiply that times the interest rate that you earn. Now we are off to a fast start, and I know you're tracking with me, so we're going to keep rocking. You take your money, you chase an interest rate. Everybody's got a different philosophy on what that interest rate is. Should it be in the S&P 500 index fund? Should I invest in cryptocurrency? Should I buy some Bitcoin? Should I get into real estate? Should I do a real estate investment trust? Should I do ETFs? Should I do a target date fund in my 401? Everybody's got a different philosophy. The conclusion is the interest rate that you earn. The problem is not those two things. Those two things are cool on their own. It's the third one. That's the boo-boo. That's the boog. That's the booger in the sugar. Time. It takes time. Every retirement plan looks something like this. You take your money, you save it, you invest it, and eventually that compound interest compounds, and then conclusion, you can use your money over here. The problem is you have to be old in order to get that money. So we just do one thing that's different. Instead of waiting until we're old, we go over here and we buy assets now that produce income. And if I get 4 assets, 1, 2, 3, 4, all giving me money plus me, I've got 4 streams of income from my assets plus me. What's 4 plus 1? This is how quick it is. This is how simple it is. It's not complicated. 4 plus 1 is 5. That's 5 streams of income versus 1 goal. You compare that to traditional retirement planning, which is you and your stream of income versus your goal. Who do you think is more likely to get to their financial destination? The person with 5 streams of income versus their 1 goal? Or the person with 1 stream of income? Ding, ding, ding. That's the game. So the philosophy that I followed to get me to where I'm at, financially free by 29, and the philosophy that I teach, that I contribute to, and that I subscribe to is this. We buy assets. Those assets produce passive income. The passive income, when greater than your expenses, you're financially free. Cool? Let's reverse engineer this real quick, then we'll get deep into reviewing. So if I go out there and I buy, and my personal expenses are, say, $5,000 a month, that's what it costs me to cover all my bills. Cool. And let's say I go out there and I buy real estate, or maybe I buy a parking lot, or maybe I buy an RV park, or maybe I buy a business, or you get the idea. Those assets produce passive income. Don't require my time. Anything can be passive, but it costs money. Is it profitable enough for you to do it? So if I go out there and I buy an asset that gives me $1,000 a month in profit, and my personal living expenses are $5,000 a month, how many assets do I need until I'm free? That's right. You're 5 assets away from freedom. And that's the game we focus on. Cool? All right. So good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, 11 a.m. Central Time. We are getting after it. We are getting down with it, Foxy Brown. So if you want to get after it right now, let's get into the asset acquisition. We're going to review some foreclosures. I think foreclosures are on the agenda. So if you want to review foreclosures, let me know down in the comments. I'm going to review some in Texas where I'm at, but if you let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from, what state you are in, bonus points. Tell me what state and county you're in. If you're in Louisiana and you live in a parish, like, we can't help you. You're just, sorry, man. No, I'm kidding. Let me know what state you're in, and then next time we go live, maybe we'll pick your state and review there live, and you can see how you do it in your state. So let's get into it. without further delay, without further ado, or let's get here. You ready? All right, let's go into, you can see my screen? I think so. I think you can see me. Cool. Let's get after it, baby. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through step by step on how we do this. And I'm going to make sure that y'all can see me the whole way. So in my little spreadsheet here, all we're going to look at is a couple of different things. So we're just going to look at four things right here. I'm going to look at the value of the asset. We're going to look at foreclosures. I'm going to look at the value of the foreclosure. I'm going to look at the debt still owed on the foreclosure. I'm going to look at the potential profit of the foreclosure. And then I'm going to look at the liens. A lien is like debt, something that is owed, like a second lien holder. The first lien holder is the mortgage company. The second lien holder is another piece of debt, like a mechanics lien, child support lien, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to show you some of that here in a second. So let's get into this. So I'm going to go and look wherever you're at. So let's say you live somewhere. Congratulations on living somewhere. That's better than not living nowhere. And I'm going to go to who maintains property records. So I'm just going to go to the Google machine, askjeeves.com, and I'm going to type in who maintains property records in insert state here. Don't type inserts. Okay, you'll figure it out, or you won't. And Texas, who maintains property records? By law, somebody in your state has to maintain property records. That's the first thing you're going to do. Well, in the state of Texas, the county clerk office maintains property records. Boom. There's 254 counties in the state of Texas. So I'm going to go search some, and let's do this. I already did this earlier, so I'm just going to kind of take you through it, but I popped open Williamson County, and I just typed in Williamson County Clerk's Office. So I went to Williamson County Clerk's. This is their main webpage, Williamson County, Texas, Williamson County Clerk's Office. Look at this. Look at this. Will you look at this? And you can go click records. So that's going to take you to the record department where we're going to be. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to the foreclosure. You can see it down there. Foreclosures. We're looking at foreclosures. Bam, that's us. So I click on that, and you're going to see there's all these different dates. So what happens in the state of Texas with foreclosures, the first Tuesday of every month, there's a foreclosure auction. So the next one is February 4th. February 4th, there's an entire list of these trustee sales. So we click on one of these bad boys and see what pops up. Look at this one. So this is what it looks like from your side. And it says notice of substitute trustee sale. Bingo, we are in the game. So now I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to look for two things out of the gate. I'm going to look for the budget. How much is this thing indebted for? And number two, what is the date of that indebtedness? When did they get the mortgage? When did they buy this thing? What is it under the deed of trust? The deed of trust is like, the deed is like the title to your car. The deed of trust is like the contract for the debt to the title to the car. Make sense? Cool. Clear as mud. So I find right here, it's $209,173. That's the debt. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to plug it in, $209,173. So I found my debt right there on this document right here. So I'm on the first one. I click that first link. Notice the substitute trustee sale. I scroll and look through this text, and I find in this text right here, $209,173. So what this says here is it says the deed of trust or contract lien executed by blank, they insert the person's name, securing the payment of the indebtedness in the original principal amount of $209,173. So that's them securing the house with $209,000 of debt. Make sense? Cool. When did they do this? It's going to be important. We're going to come back to this later on, but let's find the date of this. Okay, so look at this. April 25th. Come over here. April 25th. You see me over here? April 25th. Let's continue that line. 2014. So let's remember that. 2014 was how many years ago? Let me know in the comments. If it's 2025 now, 2014 is and if you come back to this in a couple of years, let me know. How many years has it been? 2014. That's important. We're going to come back to that in a second. But let's go look up the value of this property. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to identify the debt. So that's this one. This is the debt here, $209,000. Bam. The debt on this property is $209,000. Let's go look up the property. So we're going to go back to our document. Look at that. At the top left, it's not always this easy. We're going to have to go look it up at the clerk file numbers, the instrument numbers, things like that. But 111 Colethorpe Lane. Let's go look up some 111 Colethorpe Lane. Look at that. We already did this earlier this morning, so I'm going to walk you through it. Bam. I go to Zillow. Zillow, is that accurate? No, but we're going to look it up. We're going to I got some kind of number. I could deduct 30% on this or whatever. And just kind of get me in a range of what I think it might be worth, but an appraisal is going to be the one that tells you that more accurately. So they're a professional opinion. Or you could look at comps in the area, how well the home looks, like stuff like that. But the value out of the jump, just to kind of get an idea of it. The value is 377. The debt is 209. If I buy it, first bid, nobody bid against me, 209. Do I hear 209? Do I hear 209? Going once, going twice, sold. My potential profit on this could be $168,000. Should you continue researching this deal? Yes or no? If potentially, hypothetically, you could make $168,000 from this foreclosure, would you continue researching this? Yes or no? As we pause for coffee. Shout out to my sponsors today. Coffee, caffeine in your system. Get some. Okay, rolling on. There's not really a sponsor. I am the sponsor of the YouTube now. I am the captain. Look at me. I am the captain. Okay, so yes, yeah, I want to look at it, but that doesn't mean we're done researching. We're going to continue researching. And so some of the researching that we're going to get after and get done is digging into the liens. Now, what is a lien? A lien is a debt. It's debt that you owe on the property. So let me explain. Let's go look up this property at the court records. Yep, right there. Okay, that's not working. Sus. Okay, we'll worry about that later on. So I'm over at the 111, and there's a couple of different things I could do. I could find their name on these documents. I could look up clerk file numbers. I'm going to do a little bit of it all. So we're going to look at this number, 2014-03-0718. I want you to remember that. You got it? You got it remembered? Let's go back to our search. Let's clear our search. We'll come back to this in a second. You know what? I'm going to do it backwards. I'm going to I've already got the search plugged in because I was looking at it earlier. And you can do a couple of different ways. I can go to these instrument numbers, and every county is going to be different. Every state's going to be different. But you can see it says document clerk's file number 2014-030718. That tells you the document number to take to the county clerk search tool and find that document. It just gives you an idea of that. Now, I can continue on and I can look it up by their name, things like that, which I did. And that's what I'm going to show you now is I can take their name, I can go to the county clerk, but I can just, it's like you can find it by their name, you can find it based on their address, you can find it based on a document number. There's so many ways to look it up. Well, when I get there, look what I find. So all I'm looking for is liens. So do it. What's up, Renee? Renee, do you ever work? Come on, man. I don't think she ever works. Do it. Do it. I want to do it. Do it. I don't think she ever works. She says she works. Sus. So we're looking for liens. Did this earlier. Let's do it again. Now, on this one's interesting because look at that, child support lien. I don't know if y'all know this, but Renee in the comments actually has 5 or 6 different baby daddies. We're not quite sure who the 6th one is. She's doing some testing right now. She'll figure it out. But child support lien, that might be a part of her retirement plan. Child support lien is actually a strategy no, I'm just kidding. So child support lien is one of a debt that you can put on. So if somebody doesn't pay their child support, then in the state of Texas, the Attorney General's office can put a lien on your house. So I'm going to click through and let me stop sharing this for a second. I'm going to click through and show you what this looks like on the other side. Stand by. On these child support liens, we've got to be careful because there's, even though it's public record, there is certain information in there that is not relevant to this conversation about looking for that. So I just want to get the number. So I just want to pull that up. There we go. Okay. So as you can see right here, it says this amount. Do you see that number? $8,661.71 is the child support lien. So for our conversation, I just need the number. I just want to know how much debt may I be. Oh, what's up, Renee? What's up? My bad. I just want to know what the debt is. So right above Renee's comment, you can see right there, I'm going to plug this in. So what was it, like $8,700? $8,700. I think it was like 86 and change. So then our total potential profit after factoring in our liens is $159,000. Now, if that's all true and they didn't refinance, they didn't do a cash out refinance, they didn't get a home equity line of credit, if that's all true, should we buy this deal? Should we continue researching this and maybe show up with some cashier's checks at the foreclosure auction? Maybe make a move on this bad boy? Maybe. Let's go back to our search. Let's look up some other documents. So I'm back here at the county clerk office, which in the state of Texas, that's who maintains property records. And I'm digging through some of this stuff. Now, one of the things you're going to see often is what's called an assignment or transfer. An assignment or transfer is when one mortgage company, most of the time you're going to see this, is when one mortgage company buys it from another. Like Wells Fargo buys it from somebody else, buys it from Chase. So you paid one mortgage company and then you get a letter in the mail and you go, no, I'm your new mortgage company. I bought your mortgage from somebody else. So they're trading securities. They're trading debt on the back end. So then you got to pay a new mortgage person. The county clerk is going to file an assignment transfer. That's what that means. So 2014, there was a deed. 2019, there was a deed of trust. Let's take a look at this. Let's see what this bad boy is. And I'm really just digging deep. I mean, if with $168,000 in potential profit, so they got 2019 lender UFCU, $134,000 promissory note. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it looks like a normal. Cool. Okay, so we're in the game. This might be one. I'm going to do some more digging on this, but this is the fundamentals of looking up foreclosures. So if you're new here, good evening. It's morning. Good morning. Good morning, my neighbor. We found one. You want to do one more? Should we do one more? Let me see. If y'all want to do one more, let me know down in the comments. I want to make sure I can see everything everywhere else. Okay, yeah, we're live. I see us live right now. Am I live on where else? I want to make sure we're live everywhere else. Let me know in the comments if y'all want to do one more. If you do, we can do that right now. Let me see if this works. As we're here. Yo, that worked. Awesome. And then, I don't know how to do that. Okay, you want to do one more foreclosure? Let's find a foreclosure. Let's find a foreclosure. Yep. Sweet. Okay, cool. So let's do one more. I'm back on my list. One more. Okay, cool. Okay, we'll do one more. Let's go back. How do I do it? Let's just start from the top, the tippy top. In the comments below, let me know what state you're in. Yes, Patricia Montgomery. Good to see you. We'll do one more. So let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. Patricia, what state are you in? Renee Miller, what state are you in? Cass Ark, what state are you in? Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from, and then we can kind of walk you through from the beginning. So let's say I'm on the Google machine, okay? So I'm in the Google machine. Who maintains property records in? Let's say hypothetically somebody would be crazy enough to live in Michigan. So if I was crazy enough to live in Michigan and I don't know where to get started with foreclosures, I would go to the internet machine and I would say, hey, where can I find foreclosure auctions? Who maintains property records in my state? Because by law, DFW, let's go. Dude, Patricia, I'm going to be at the, I might be in Dallas or Tarrant County for the foreclosure auction next month. I don't know yet. But if I am, I'll hit you up. Let's do something. Let's hang out. We can see it live. So if I didn't know where to get started, the Register of Deeds office in Michigan is where you would go to get started. That's it. Boom. So somebody by law has to maintain property records. This is how you find out. So boom. Okay, got it. So now what I did is I did that for Texas. And I've been doing this for years, but this is what I would do. The county clerk's office. Boom. Okay, so now that's the beginning. Now I'm at the county clerk's office. I go to the county clerk. Look, home, government clerk, county clerk, foreclosure trustee sale. So that's like the file folder on their website to get to the foreclosure trustee sale. Williams County, Travis County, Hayes County, Harris County, blah, 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 blah. Boom. Now I'm on the file. So let's start at the bottom. We started at the top. Let's start at the bottom. This is one I haven't seen. Alexa, next song. Okay, let's go to here. Okay, I don't see a number on here, but you know what? I'm going to show you how we find it anyway. Let me see if 21 is going to give us an easier path, because I really just want to walk you through the steps, the 4 pillars. And if I can do that with speed. Okay, ooh. Okay, this is an interesting one. Let's get into this one. This one's easier. If we want to, we'll come back to it. We'll come back to this one, but close that one out. Let's go here. All right, we found one for $229,000. Let's plug that into our foreclosure estimation. Great, might see you there. Let's go. Dude, I'm down. I'm totally down. Okay, so $229,761 is the debt that we found on this foreclosure. Okay, California in the house. Cool. Yeah, we'll look at all those. So, unfortunately, Michigan. Unfortunately. Okay, so 229. Now let's go look at our address. Okay, so this was our old one. Let's get that off the board. This is our new one. Let's look at our address. Okay, do we have an address on here? Instrument number. I don't see a property address. If y'all see one, let me know in the comments. I'm not seeing. Okay, there's a Lee Parkway, 8th floor. That's the substitute trustee. That's not us. That's not the house that we're looking for. We're looking for the property address, and I don't see one. Have y'all seen it? Just this 8th floor. That's obviously a commercial building. That's not what we're looking at here. See, and a lot of times legally they'll put this stuff in lot 15, block G, Hutto Square, section 1, a subdivision of Williamson County. That's legal language. That doesn't mean anything to us. So here's what I would do. If I can't find the address, the information that I can find it is on here. So right here, bam. Okay, so deed of trust was dated August 7th, 2019. Remember, the deed of trust, there's the deed, is like the title to your car. That's who maintains ownership. The deed of trust is the debt to the title. Make sense? So the deed of trust is the debt. So the date of debt is August 7th, 2019. So I'm going to take this instrument number right here. Ooh, can I copy it? Baby, come on. 2019. Can I do this the whole time and I just make it difficult on myself? Probably. God, no. See, you don't have to be wise to do this. If you're just hard-headed and stubborn, nothing can stop you. That's a secret right there. Look at this. I found it. I found the deed of trust. So all I did, rewind. All I did was find the instrument number on the foreclosure document. That's like, hey, here's the number that we used to record it at the county clerk's office to maintain property records. Cool. So I take that number, I plug it into here, and I found it. So now this is going to have more information. See, now it's going to open up this box for me. I'm going to go in here and I'm looking for the address because the address wasn't listed on that first one. But don't worry, baby. You can't hide nothing from me. I'm coming. Okay, North Mopac Expressway. That is not the address. Okay, Mortgage Electronic. Okay, hold on. 229. Okay, that's our number. Where's the address of this bad boy? Polinsky Group LP. That's the attorney. Oh, here you go. Boom. Bingo. Jackpot. Nailed it. 132 Holm Street. Wow. Chill. 132 Holmstrom Street. Okay. Let's do it. 132 Holmstrom Street, Hutto, Texas. We got him. We got it. Look at us. Now we're looking for the value. What are we looking for? The value. That's great. That's right. So let's take a look at the pictures. This thing looks clean. From the outside, at least. Looks fine. Okay, cool. All I'm looking for the value right now. Should I continue? This foreclosure property is a great opportunity from auction.com. We do not like auction.com. Boo. Boo. Everybody say boo. Don't like them. Sus. They have suspicious practices. They need to fix it. If they hear me on this, it's not defamatory. That means you need to fix your stuff. I love you, but we need to improve. Okay? We all have room for improvement. All right, here we go. Bang. The debt on line 13, this Hutto, Texas foreclosure, the debt on this is $229,000. The value on it is $333,000. If we can buy it for that and sell it for that, our potential profit would be $103,000. Should we continue? Yes or no? Let me know it in the comments. Yes or no? Should we continue researching this asset if your potential profit is at least $100,000? What do you think? Let me know. Shout out to caffeine. God, dog, I need to supplement on these cold days. It's like 26 degrees outside here in Texas. That's a little too chilly for me. I need to supplement with like tea. I can't be drinking this much coffee. You know what I'm saying? All right. So for me, yes, I'm going to continue researching this asset, 103,000. But let's go a little bit deeper. Okay. Let's get a little bit deeper on this. If the potential profit is $103,000 and they bought this when? Let's go back to our foreclosure document. Right here. They bought this in 2019. What does that mean? Baby, I'm glad you asked. Let's jump into two things. I'm going to go to Mortgage News Daily or just Google historical mortgage rates. And then I'm going to go to an amortization calculator. Say that 3 times fast. Amortization calculator. And all that is how debt on a mortgage is calculated. So you can plug in. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to do it right now. So let's go to our Mortgage News Daily. We're going to look at historical rates over 30 years. I'm going to look at the maximum time, like a 30-year mortgage. And I'm going to go back to 2019. So let's hit some zoom action so we can all follow along. I'm going to go back to 2019, and I'm going to see interest rates are like 4.8, 4.5, 5, 4.6, 4.5, 4.4, 4.1, 3.7 in September, 3.9. So let's plug in 5. Everything's under 5. There's one at 5.1. Oh, that was 2018. So let's just plug in 5. Okay, fair? Cool. I like it. 5%. How much did they buy this thing for? Let's go back. $229. So we're going to plug in $229,000. They bought, let's say they bought a 30-year mortgage at 5% interest. I'm just trying to estimate how much is left. 6 years have gone by. Deep breath. It's 2025. 6 years have gone by on this mortgage. I know. Time flies quick. So there might only be $205,000 left on this bad boy. This is why the date of the deed of trust is important. When they bought and procured this house is important. $205,000 is a different number than $229. So let's say, hypothetically, that's the only debt that's owed, and that's where the bank begins bidding. Cool. Now I might have a potential profit of $128. I see this one little misstep. Many people make this one little misstep. They're like, oh, it's outside of my budget, but they don't see that they got this mortgage in 1998. And they didn't refinance it. They didn't get a home equity line of credit. There's no additional debt or liens on it. And they stop. Like, $400,000 in 1997? I can't afford that. I've only got $75,000 to buy or whatever. Well, you shot yourself in the foot because there's only $22 left on the mortgage. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to say that. So what happens is over a 30-year mortgage, you pay a little bit. You pay your minimum. That's going to go some to principal, some to interest. And it's going to come down over time. So if that's a 25-year mortgage, there might be a few pennies left on that bad boy. Cool? So that's the step that we take, and that's the reason that that step is important. So let's continue with the liens. Let's look up our final step on this property for this training. The final step: value, debt, potential profit, liens. Let's go look up liens. What potential liens might we have on this bad boy? Looking at foreclosures. Well, let's go here. Let's do the name. Let's go back. Here we go. Back to life. Back to every time. Look at that. There's the name. Let's see if I can copy this. I don't need, oh, dog. Okay, I just need that right there. Okay, come here. So we're going to look up the name. I didn't see like a husband or any other family members on this deal. So let's just search that. See if we can find everything by the name. Let's do this. Let's get into here. Card. Eel. Sharon. There's only one. Let's just grab, okay. That's a little weird that there's only one, but let's just grab everybody. This is going to be all kinds of different properties. I just want you to see a lien. Like, it gets fun when you can see all kinds of liens. So let's just grab everybody. Sylvia, Jessica, Sandra. These are obviously more than just this property, but the principle that I want you to learn is to find these liens. So a lien is a debt that we may owe money on. So I want to figure that out. So this is a lien. And where'd my thing go? Bro, what is this? Hold on. Oh, search. That can't be right. It searched all those people and it found one document. We'll see. What? That doesn't make any sense. Something's sus in here. Let's reset this whole thing. Let's go back here. Boom. Let's refresh. Okay, let's just close that out. Let's restart. Bam. Links. Records. Bam. Bam. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, back to the official public records. Looking up names, and we're grabbing everybody. Everybody get in here. This is a big party. Come on. I just want to find some liens, and I can spread my net further so you can see what a lien looks like if I just grab a bunch of random names. But I would do this specifically on this property. If there's only one, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so yeah, something was goofy. Okay, so now we're like in the deeds, deed of trust. I'm looking for liens. Assume name. Okay, the recension of accelerated maturity. Okay, I'm looking for a lien. We're going to find a lien. Release, deed of trust. Release. Oh, nope. That's it? Hold on. We didn't find a single lien? Hold on. Wow. Dude, with people with that last name do really well financially. Cardial. Dude, get that name. Change your name to that. I think you'd do better. That's my financial advice for the day. Okay, cool. There's no liens on any of these random people. So let's pretend we completed our search. Should we buy this property? Baby, no liens. Total potential profit is $128,700. Should we buy it? Looking at foreclosures, should we do it? I think we should do it too, Leroy. We should at least dig a little bit deeper. And so what you would do from this point is you would look at the property. If you can go by it, cool. If you can drive by it, cool. If you walk by it, cool. You got to be careful with some of that stuff, but you want to estimate some of the repairs, the after repair value. What do you think you need to put into it? How does the roof look? Can you go satellite view? Can you do all of these things? Can you have a realtor go by there? Involve them. Can you do a FaceTime with them? If it's not near you, all kinds of stuff that you can do. Factor that in, and then you figure out your maximum bid price. So let's say you buy the debt for $205,000, the bidding goes up by another $28,000. That would leave you with $100,000, hypothetically, in potential profit, and that takes your total bid price to like $232,000. So let's say your maximum bid price is $232,000. Then that's going to leave you with, hypothetically, $100,000 in profit. Cool. Now you've got a $100,000 cushion. You factored in another $28,000 in repairs, and you can buy this thing for $232,000. It's worth $333,000, and you walk away with $100,000 cash. Cool. That's awesome. So that's one strategy to do it. You could also look at turning this into a cash flowing asset, something that produces potential profit. So I would look in the area, and I would do an analysis on that too. I could do a short-term rental. I've got an entire process I do on before I place a long-term rental, before I place a short-term rental. I've got an entire strategy. Today's going to be kind of crazy. I'm leaving now. I've got to go do some walkthroughs on a storage property near me, kind of out in the country. I'm going to go do some walkthroughs on that. However, we'll go live again on YouTube. I'm going to be aiming to go live on YouTube every day at 11 a.m. Central Time. I think I can handle that. I've got most of my appointments are afternoon appointments. So cool. Like assets I look at and stuff like that, except on the foreclosure day. On the foreclosure day, which is the first Tuesday of the month, I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be at the foreclosure auction myself. Cool? Oh my gosh. I hope you learned something. If you learned something from this, please let me know in the comments. Sometimes the haters come in and they say mean, nasty things. So we got to counter them with like love and like, dude, this is awesome. It's kind of weird. You're kind of weird, but the information's awesome. I don't know about you yet. You're kind of sus. My sus tingler is tingling. What? The weird. Anyway, if you got something out of this, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to help. Today we went over buying foreclosures, evaluating foreclosures. We went through 2 properties and a little bit deeper in that. So cool. If you want to hang out with us, we're here all the time, baby. Follow me on the Ubis Tubis. I think we're live on LinkedIn right now and X. I don't know. We're all over the place. Cool, guys. I'll catch you on the flip. Adios. Take care. We're going to sign off. Sign out.